there? Quality picture?
You can start lowering the lights. Just tell us you're right.
It's good.
Yeah.
These kids are all right.
Do they have it turned on backstage? Hang on.
Good evening, everybody. We're going to get started here. It is my pleasure to introduce, for the first time, the Avon High School Percussion Ensemble. The first piece is called Mambo Shmambo. I'm going to give these guys a minute to set up for our next one, which is called Concerto for Garage Band. So it's going to be very different than what you just heard, which was a piece written for drums, but a very melodic one because of the repeated rhythmic figures and the building and grooving like a mambo should. This one is going to have rhythm section instruments. So we have JP back there on the electric bass. We also have Wyatt is going to get ready on his guitar. You're going to see mallet instruments carrying the melody in Concerto for Garage Bands, and then a bunch of other percussion mixed in as well. So multi-instrumentalism is part of what makes this group so much fun. There's a lot of different styles that we can do, and having kids that can double on different instruments kind of opens up different opportunities. But you're looking at a collection of musicians that are part of our concert band program, but we had kind of too many percussionists to put them all in the back of our concert band. So Mr. Jacobs had the idea last year of starting starting a percussion ensemble as an extension to give a lot of these guys are freshmen this year, so they're developing their skills. And what better a venue to do that than one that gets them out front doing a lot of different things. We also have two students in here that are brand new to our school, Liza Woods, Wyatt Kohler that I mentioned earlier. And so they came in over the summer, and we put them right in the percussion ensemble, and we're having a good time. So, and there's going to be one piece that we're going to do in transition. You're going to see us down here on the trash cans. That one's called Kathunk. We'll do that after Concerto for Garage Band.
Let's give it up one more time for our very first ever Ava High School Dance Festival. Yeah, I was really thrilled when that got approved last year because I knew we had a plethora of percussionists and very skilled ones at that. And so that's a great place a great class for them to have, and we hope to see that grow and have even more students in that class as the years go on here. So, for those of you who don't know, hello, I am Mr. Jacobs. I'm the director of bands here at the high school. I direct the symphonic band of the Wind Ensemble. And in just a second, symphonic band, if you could make your way up and get the chairs set as we practiced earlier today. And Wind Ensemble, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Symphonic band, come on up. Make sure you go this side. Wind ensemble percussion can also come up too, if that's something you so desire to help set things.
So are they doing their lights?
Well, that's like I say. You might want to give them
Okay, our last piece is called Gun, written for
just a little bit of house. If it'll go.
This being our first go around with percussion ensemble, logistically, as you saw at the beginning, there's obviously some new challenges to roll with here. Now you have the disclaimer of now that we have percussion ensemble, if you don't like loud noises, sit a little farther back for future concerts. So there you go. Okay, symphonic band's almost ready here. They're gonna maybe take another quick tuning pitch here or two, and then we will get underway with their program. Actually, I think we've recently seen we're good here. So let me just talk briefly here about the first piece you're going to hear. So first piece, there's definitely a little bit to unpack here. So the Nathan Hale trilogy is the first piece you're going to hear from our symphonic band. You're going to hear a few people play some solos. Some of them are rather brief, and some of them are a little bit longer. You're going to hear Julia Bieniek on clarinet. You're going to hear Mackenzie Muir on trumpet. You're going to hear Ethan Scarpa here, as I trip over the mic stand, on alto saxophone. And you'll hear Kendall Guthrie on flute. Nathan Hale, for those that don't know, was a spy and soldier for the Continental Army during the Revolutionary War. He was a lone volunteer for a dangerous mission behind enemy lines in New York when that was still considered behind enemy lines 200 and some years ago. He unfortunately met his demise when he was captured after being revealed by loyalists, one of whom was apparently rumored to be his cousin, so a relative sold him out. And Hale is now actually honored as the official state hero of the state of Connecticut. With us putting the finishing touches here in our setup here, I do want to give a shout out to Mr. Takarzik and the ENN crew. We also have Allie Hyatt and Austin Strauss here helping us in filming tonight, because I know that a few of us have asked at a booster meeting like, hey, we have relatives out of state that can't see concerts and we look to do that. So we're looking at probably some more live broadcast options in the future, but for now, at the very least, we would like to have these uploaded onto a YouTube channel, probably the ENN channel, so that if you want to show this and send this to friends, family members, now that'll be something that's available to you after the concert, hopefully sometime this week. So please feel free to make use of that. Mr. Takarzik is always willing to do lots of cool things for our students here, and I really appreciate his help in taking our concert experiences and our what we do here to the next level. So here's the Nathan Hale trilogy. Okay, and the second of two pieces here is a bit of a shorter piece called Northland Pines. It's just kind of not non-specifically meant to just depict just a general kind of wintry forest scene. We are going to also feature on this one, we are going to have a couple of returning soloists. We are going to have Kendall Guthrie again on flute, and Mackenzie Muir again on trumpet. And, as you can see over there, Sam Hyatt moved over to our lovely Yamaha grand piano, and he'll be covering the heat for us over there. This is Northland Pines. Thank you very much. At this time, Wind Ensemble, you can make your way to the stage. Symphonic Band, please exit backstage. And percussion, if we could make Zane, Preston, folks, can we make a little room here between the male instruments to let them out? Okay, thanks. All right, Wind Ensemble, come on up.
So this is a picture that they sent me. You know, it's Chipotle fundraiser. That was out the door. And this was sent. This is
It was like right before the concert, wasn't it?
5 to 9. So the concert's supposed to be over by 8, 5 after 8 at the latest, so that those that want to go, that's why we chose 5 to 9 instead of 4 to 8.
Cam was talking about how the line was like all the way down the bench.
So, Mrs. Barnes is going to speak at some point. Yeah, I know. But, yeah, Aaron's mom is going to say something about ABOB and face from, that's not a member of, it's not sitting on the board. Here, I've shared this with a number of people. They'll appreciate this. Because I know it never happens to you guys. You guys never have this problem.
Hi, everybody. I'm Julie Barnes. I'm a member of the Avon Band and Orchestra Boosters, and I'm going to say a few words while they're setting up. Not going to be nearly as good as our fantastic percussion ensemble here, but I just wanted to let you all know, if you're not already aware, that you are all members of the Avon Band and Orchestra Boosters by virtue of having a child in the band or the orchestra. And we support band and orchestras in grades 5 through 12. Our meetings are at the high school on the second Tuesday of every month at 7 o'clock. We'd love to see you there. We have helped support the piano that you heard in the last piece. We've purchased instruments for both the marching band and the Avon Electric Orchestra. We help with travel to the Indianapolis for the Band Grand Nationals. And we'd love to have your help in raising that money. We have a high school football game this Friday. Love to have some help in the snack shack. Also a possible home playoff game November 2nd that we'll need to hopefully staff. Tag Day is coming up on Saturday. So for those of you who don't know, Tag Day is where band and orchestra high schoolers go out through the neighborhood and collect donations for any door-to-door for anyone who would like to give to support Avon Band and Orchestra Boosters. And then kind of in your packet, the next big thing coming up after that is the Pancake Breakfast, which is December 2nd. So please consider helping at any or all of those events. We'd love to have you.
Thanks, Julie.
So I'm going to play a little chorale here that's not on the program, just to kind of get warmed up. And we are going to retune as a wind ensemble, and then we'll be right with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Those kids can find their way.
great. So this is the Wind Ensemble. The first piece we're playing here, we're playing two very different pieces here. So the first piece that we're going to play, Swirling Prisms, is very much inspired by the art style of Impressionism, which until we did this piece I wasn't really familiar with. So that's defined as a style or movement in painting originating in 1860s France, characterized by a concern with depicting the visual impression of the movement of the moment, especially in terms of the shifting effect of light and color. So what you're going to hear is a lot of very intricate, interwoven harmonies. This is not a very, it's a fast piece, but it's not particularly as technically demanding as some of our other pieces that we play. But I think you'll find a lot of melodic and harmonic interest in this piece. What's also super interesting about this piece is I was actually able to convince our great friend, Mr. Kim McMaster, to come over and play piano for us in this piece. So Mr. Mac, give us a wave. It's always a treat when we can have a world-class musician like Mr. Mac be a part of our program and play alongside the Wind Ensemble. So we hope you enjoy Swirling Prisms. want to recognize our soloist that you just heard there. Thanks again, Mr. Mack, for playing with us. Appreciate that. Give it up for Mr. Mack one more time. So a lot of very awesome soloistic playing there. First and foremost, the most prominent soloist in the whole piece was actually an instrument we don't get to use very often in the concert band, but we got a brand new one this year, much to Eong's happiness. That is Eong Fu on the English horn. No. And rounding off our soloists would be Olivia Horwedel on bassoon, Mr. Adam Volpe on clarinet, Brian Lucas on alto sax, and if you didn't catch there at the very end, Mr. Andy Hagen on the pitched water glasses. So, and now for our grand finale here with the Wind Ensemble. So, this piece is the kind of piece that when you sign up to be a band director and you're in college, you go, boy, I hope my high school band can do that one someday. And here we are. The second suite in F, by pretty much everybody in the wind band world, is considered to be a masterwork level piece. So not only in its technical demands, but its musical prowess. It is widely recognized. It's one of the top 10 pieces for the wind band medium ever written. The piece was written in 1911, but was given a 10-year delay in its premiere until 1921. So if you look up the publishing date, it's kind of a gray area. They'll say 1911, but it wasn't actually performed until 1921. He also has a first suite, as you may have inferred. The first suite was an originally composed piece, and it's considered to be superior in some ways because it has originally composed melodies. This piece also has is considered to be superior because of its adaptation of British folk melodies. In all four movements, you'll hear different folk melodies. I think there's 3 different folk melodies buried within the first movement, the march. Unlike Swirling Prisms or what the percussion ensemble here will be playing at the very tail end. All right, cool. Yeah. So we have one more treat for you here at the very end. And unlike that, you'll notice that the percussion choices, as you see, they're very minimal, right? There's not really any mallet instruments. This is very traditional. An old school military band. This is around the time when the euphonium was kind of like what the heck is that? That's like a thing that exists now. It's a new thing. The saxophone had only been around for maybe, 50, 60 years at that point. So you're going to hear those voices utilized quite a bit. The one percussion instrument you'll hear in the Song of the Blacksmith, Brad, can you give that, can you give that thing an anvil? Yeah, that thing, okay. All right, so we're using a brake drum, but in the actual score it does call for an anvil. I tend to not keep those laying around in the band room. I don't think that's really safe, so no. But we use a brake drum instead, and so you'll hear that in the Song of the Blacksmith. So lots of really amazing musicality in this piece. One of my favorites all time. This is the second suite in F by Holst.
Thank you.
So yeah, I want to recognize all of our outstanding soloists on that. Percussion's actually getting set up for a little encore here that we didn't get to do last year that we worked on a little bit, and so that'll be a nice little treat to end our concert here. So I want to recognize all of our outstanding soloists. First and foremost, said the euphonium would be featured an awful lot, and playing that entire piece is such a heavy load for the principal euphonium player. Give it up for Julia Stoffier and all of your soloists. Also heard from Eong Fu on Now in the second movement, and followed up by Nick McGann in that second movement. Additionally, we heard from, I'm literally right in front of him, that's nice, okay. Adam Wolpe on clarinet, I'm going the wrong way, Brian Lucas on alto saxophone, Jenna Zach on the tuba at the end of our second movement, and Kiefer Murray, tenor saxophone, and at the very end, Aaron Byrne on piccolo. So this is gonna look like we're playing kids games up here probably, but thanks, Sandy. It kind of is. But really, what the percussionists here are about to do is actually pretty intricate to put together if you watch one of their individual parts go by. I don't know why this piece is called Popcorn. It just is. But it's called Popcorn, and these weird colored tubes that they've got here are called boom whackers. And you'll hear that they can create not only percussive rhythms, but also melodies at the same time. We came across this, and they were like, you should buy that. And I'm like, really? And I'm a sucker, and I did. So, and here we are. Enjoy our little encore here from our wind ensemble percussionist. This is Popcorn. Take it away. That's a great use of time when we have like a snare part that makes you count 50,000 measures of rest to the whole suite. I'm like, just go hit plastic tube and have fun. But obviously it's a great use of time, and we're lucky to have those. There's actually really cool pieces out there. If you check out Harvard Thud is actually a real group that does basically a lot of boomwhacker stuff, and it's all Harvard students playing that stuff like that. So thank you so much for joining us for our fall concert. Give it up for Mr. Molman and Percussion Ensemble one more time with a thank you performance. And one more shout out to, if you didn't see the program, Ray's Auto, who has been so good to us. We had a little mechanical issue with our marching band trailer earlier in the year, and they fixed it for us for free. So, justifiably got to give them a shout out. So, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you on December 18th. That's a Tuesday, right back here for our winter concert. Drive carefully, everybody. And go get some Chipotle.